Hi, you've reached Rising Faith Forever Tarot Readings. This is a reading for Virgos. Hi, how are my Virgos doing? Just listen to the music. Just relax, Virgo. Your birthstone is carnelian. It's like an orange stone. It's very pretty. Has like some shiny elements to it. Look it up. Virgo birthstone. This is going to be a reading for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Oh, that card popped out right away. Also for you cross watchers, dealing with a Virgo, not dealing with a Virgo, just want to watch. Oh, I'm getting all these cards flipping over. This one came out, so I'm gonna go with it. So let's see what I got for you. So I actually have a moon in Virgo, so interested to see how this turns out. The Hangman is in the past position. Oh, just trying to steady it on my knee. Okay, there we go. All right, so just gonna look for it now. Thing is not loading. Something had to go amiss. Okay, just give me 1 second. The thing unloaded, so I gotta... That's why I can't wait to get the actual physical book in the mail, because each time I have to like scan this barcode with the camera. Then it loads a page. I'm sorry about this, Virgos. Leave you in suspense with the hangman, no less. I always have to scan it twice. It always has a bunch of ads too. It's the Gemini and Aries and in my different parts. It makes me a bit impatient. I'm just like, ugh. Sometimes technology can be such a pain with loading and signing on and remembering everything. But we're not here to worry. We're here to have clear tarot guidance. No, I don't want to go on dates. That types of ads. The music's really nice. Just relax, Virgo. I think this is the overall beginning of your reading. Just relax, take a breath before, I think that's the universe telling you, just take a breath, relax for a little bit. It's good to pause, assess the situation. I hope this loads. If not, I'll have to restart the video. Oh, it popped up just when I said I have to restart the video, so it's meant to be. Okay, so tarot cards always have a positive and negative aspect to it, so they're never really that bad. I don't look at them as good and bad. I look at them as all like lessons and things we can very much conquer in our lives. Hanged Man. A little shift in perception. That's all we needed. Core meaning. Willing surrender to experience or situation. Hey, baby. Ooh, some McDonald's.
I got up a bit early too because I never took my second break.
Oh, that's good.
Let me go 20 minutes early.
I'm just gonna finish off this reading, okay, baby?
Yeah.
The Victorian era has a reputation for preferring strict control of all things at all times. And really, we modern humans also prefer order to chaos. Knowing what is expected of us and what to expect from our environment allows us to feel secure. We don't need to worry about our general safety, and we get on with other, more important things. Inventors, creators, and anyone who has ever had a brilliant idea know that being safe is not always conducive to the flashes of genius. Sometimes we need to be turned on our head, figuratively or even literally, rather like our hanged man here. If you turn this card upside down, you'll notice his legs create the number 4. I don't know if you can see that there. There we go. His legs create the number 4. You see that? A symbol of stability, security, and safety, and also, in its extreme incarnation, of stagnation. Our man has been turned upside down, allowing him to see things from a completely different point of view. The stagnant and uninspired state has been shaken. Allowing himself to be put in this position is a sacrifice of his dignity, his safety, and his worldview. This posture, with his feet above his head, represents temporary override of the mind and is an analytical approach. The striving for order and rationality is put on hiatus. While the head is associated with logic, feet correspond to our connection with earth. The elevation of his feet represents placing higher value on his connection to nature. For a time, he is experiencing the world differently than is his wont. He must remain so long enough to relax, long enough for vines to nurture around his wrists and for nature to cover his chains. In return for his sacrifices, he'll gain illumination, a moment of intense brightness, and everything, at least for a moment, falls into perfect place. If the hangman plays a visit in your reading, prepare yourself for some sort of epiphany. But first, expect an uncomfortable time. Let go of your safety nets. Sacrifice your worldview and trust the universe. You cannot rush this experience, or so may as well settle down and just take a look around. No doubt things will look different from here. Enjoy the view. Traditionally, the hangman represents sacrifice and martyrdom. This can be brought to a negative extreme if the Ten of Swords is present in the reading, which it's not. The card has also, in the oldest of decks, symbolized a traitor, which could be the case of the 5 or 7 of Swords present. No. Okay. So, my little Virgos, I got Virgo in my moon. So moon represents my emotions, what is hidden from the world, what I hide from the world. And I know Virgos have a big heart, and they wear that on their sleeve. If you know a Virgo, you know that they will tell you the deepest things in their soul. They're there to listen to you and put themselves out on the line, and sometimes in reckless situations for the people they care about. And in the past, you've gained a lot of wisdom, Virgo, and experience through doing this in the past. And I've seen Virgos out there. I know you all really, you sacrifice a lot for the people that you care about in some way, shape, or form. You can all fill in the blank. But you know, you have that innocence of, I'm just going to turn on the other light. You have that innocence of service to humanity. And it comes at a price of yourself, and you are willing to sacrifice yourself for the humanity around you, the friends, the connections, family. You're there, and God bless you. Bless you. You may feel negative about this. That's natural. That's okay. But see the beauty in it. See the beauty. Look at that cathedral of light shining behind him. You know? He's hung for a reason. He knowingly took that sacrifice. He's in his glory. I mean, see the positive side of it as well, is what I'm trying to say. See the positive of all you've done. People have taken note of that. Especially with social media, recording of everything. People are taking note. And this is your present situation. That was your past. And the present situation is the Knight of Cups. You've become a knight and your own type of knight. I mean, she's represented here because I like how, even though it's the olden time setting, there were still courageous females who wore males' clothes and took on male roles as such and could succeed and oftentimes did. Here, this could be male or female, Virgo. It's not gender specific, but the Knight of Cups here is female, so we're just gonna say she. But you've come a long way, Virgo. You've earned the savior title. You're a knight. You're a knight in your own right. You're a knight, and you're a Knight of Cups, of heart, of soul, of pleasing, of you know, people are never thirsty when they're around you. You have such wealth of energy about you, such stable energy. Another, you know, Virgo's an earth sign, and you know, it's stable, and you provide that stable sacrifice all the time. And I'm going to go ahead and read the Knight of Cups. And some Virgos are more honest about their martyrdom, and some keep it silent, depending on if you got like Scorpio in your chart and different other things. Like, you could be more prone to like keeping certain aspects. I mean, that's why it's good to be kind. You never know what people are going through. You never know what people are going through. So I'm just looking for the Knight of Cups now. That's all the way at the bottom. As is usual. But sometimes, if it takes you to get all the way to the bottom, look at what you know, the Hangman started from the bottom. Literally, started from the bottom, now you're here. You know, so, Knight of Cups, literally flashed right to there. My heart is a stern mistress, and yet I gladly follow her wherever she leads. Core meaning, someone whose actions are motivated by emotions, relationships, and artistic endeavors. So Virgo, you are very creative. You like to make things. You like to make things happen. You like to rally maybe people or materials. You like to gather things. Someone whose actions are motivated by emotions, relationships, and artistic endeavors. So you get involved in all sorts of different things. I'll leave you guys to fill in the blanks. But for many, the Knight of Cups is the most romantic, the most quintessential of all the knights, because she holds a chalice, a type of grail. It is easy to associate her with the myth of the Knights of the Holy Grail. However, she lacks the divine of the Knight of Wands, the strategic eye of the Knight of Swords, and common sense of the Knight of Pentacles. All four of these knights represent aspects that, well combined, create the true quintessential knight. Chivalry and romance, along with the season's most extreme fashions, are the mainstays of the King of Cups. While she may claim to love deeply and eternally, and she honestly believes that she does, she doesn't. She is actually in love with love. Poetic love is her ideal, and she follows that ideal wherever it leads her. Since it is a fanciful thing blown by winds of trends and interests, it is impossible for her to be consistent. She wanders in a dream world. If she is miserable, be assured that she is quite happy in her misery, for it is part of her romance experience and absolutely necessary on her quest. If she is happy, nothing in the world, not feminine or disaster, will cast a shadow on her joy. Although she lacks the energy and commitment of the other knights, the depth of her devotion while engaged knows no bounds, while the other knights will move heaven and earth to, say, get you a heart for a transplant if you needed it. The Knight of Cups would give you hers if she was in love with you. At the right moment, she would give it, write a poem about it, and die the happiest creature that ever lived, knowing that the most important part of her, her heart, would live on. Did I mention the melodrama? Even though she appears to play no meaningful role in society, she is, in so many ways, a representative. Yeah, I got a hair on my nose. She is a representative of what we hold dear about love and relationships. When she strolls ever so languidly into your life, she may be a reminder to infuse your own life and relationships with a little poetry, lace, and wine. Who says everything in life must be of practical use? If you want to enlist her service and goodwill, offer her something she can love, something she can commit to with her whole heart, and give her a very tight deadline so she finishes before she loses interest. So that's where you are, Virgo, male or female. Virgo is a very innocent, soulful sign in that they have very traditional values of love. They love love in itself, especially this card coming out in your presence, which is basically where you always are, Virgo. You're always in that state of love and ready to give your heart and soul to people. And that leads you to sacrifice yourself in the process. So that's a cycle, and perhaps, I'm not saying it's not a good thing to sacrifice yourself for people, the right causes, I'm saying. But as you get older, you grow and you learn kind of where to place your energy. So your future card is the Eight of Cups. Now, the Eight of Cups, let's see. Oh, come back, Cups. Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups. Knowing where you are is important. Knowing where you are supposed to be is imperative. Okay, Virgo, this is very important. And, I take this lesson to heart because it's for me as well, because with Virgo, my moon and my motion. Knowing where you are is important. It's good to be present in the moment, to give yourself to the moment. Knowing where you are supposed to be is imperative, but it's, Virgo, you give everybody else's life so much tension and so much love, and you go to battle for them. You do everything for them, anything. You be of service to them. And often it's hard for you to, knights usually take orders from kings or monarchy and other people. They don't often always call their own shots. So maybe with this card, leaving something behind to search for something else, maybe that's what this card's indicating. Maybe you're trying to figure out, Virgo, in this coming out of this pandemic, and everyone's really forced to really look at themselves and grow through their weaknesses and to try to find strength. And you have that strength in you. You're a knight. Leaving something behind to search for something else. She found this mechanism. studies its intricacies. Cleaned, polished, repaired. See? Virgo's very tedious, see? You pay attention to all the details in service and you know the people in your life. And that is a very important knowledge, you know? As you grow through life, you connect people and ideas and things. And you polish and repaired individuals, items. She determined exactly what it was created to do. She understood precisely what it measured and well as how to accurately analyze information. So you have tact. You really know how to help others. But sometimes people kind of like, I had to learn this too. You have to lead by examples. Sometimes it's not about giving your value away to prove it works. It's about doing it for yourself and showing, you know, giving yourself and allowing people to meet you where you are. With all, see all that behind this girl? She has it all, Virgo. Or him, her, you know, whoever, male, female, whoever's watching this. The strange, she has measured as well as how to accurately analyze information. Virgos know, they like to analyze. The strange relationship between her and the extraordinary astro label and the wisdom it revealed was, in theory, quite perfect. A dream come true, but in reality it was not. She knew what this life was supposed to feel like, and she knew what it did feel like. The ideal and reality were not the same. With a certainty born of perfect understanding and undeniable experience, she did what she had to. Leaving was hard, but she told herself that her investment of time, love, and skill was not wasted. Without it, she would never have known where she needed to be. Life is funny. You can be living the dream and yet be unhappy. Part of the journey is realizing that dreams are not one size fits all. That's important, Virgo. No matter how many people agree on any single perfect life, there really isn't one that is meant for everyone. You are looking at this card in your reading. You know all too well what it means. You've been living a dream, but it isn't yours, at least not anymore. But you could only know this by experiencing it for yourself. Nothing is lost. No investment is wasted. You bring all that you gain with you as you move toward your new destination, with sadness perhaps, but also with certainty. The message to leave a situation is emphasized if the Six of Swords or Fool or Chariot or any of the Knights are present. You do have a Knight present, Knight of Cups. The emphasis to leave a situation. So Virgo, you know your worth. Look here. Look at all those cups of emotion, of connections, of understanding each different types of individuals. Look up there, the astrological knowing and details and planning and mapping and astrological pinpointing. You are a wonder, Virgo. You're a wonder you're a blessing to humanity, and you are willing to sacrifice and you're willing to fight for people. You know, allow yourself to go where you're meant to, Virgo. Allow yourself to be received the way you want to by newer individuals if the ones that currently are in your life do not value. But it's not like, you know, dissociate yourself. You can kindly just say, well, you can be you and I can be me, but you know, I just don't want to be near you when you're projecting something that's not good for me. And for as long as they choose to project that, then they're agreeing to that soul connection to not enter your field. And as long as they're doing that, then you must cut that off and move away. But if they are changing, and if they do, but sometimes you have to walk away and show you value yourself and be that strong person. And that's when the right people make sacrifices for you. That's when someone else can do the meeting, can take a hint from you and learn to analyze you and how to get close to you and to do that work for you as well, Virgo, because you deserve it. Give yourself an opportunity to earn that experience, because you're always of service to others. Allow others to be of service to you. And don't feel like you're hung forever. Like, don't be in that mentality if you're an extra sensitive, in a depression type. Don't stay in that hang past, You know, I mean, it's okay to make sacrifices, but be smarter about them and fight for the right things that are more in line with you, and not just for any passing fling idea or thing, you know, so to speak. Make sure you are the master. You know, this looks like the king, or not the king, but cups. She's got tanks. She looks like she's in a field of intense knowledge, like, for that time period, with the goggles. She's a scientist. And in those times, women, if they were scholars, they were behind the scenes. Men took credit for their published works and stuff. So, but this could be male or female. But I'm glad that they do represent some females in these positions, because nowadays we do have swapped roles and masculine and feminine in different roles, and it works. It works when we all have love and understanding and and acceptance on each other's journey. So, the moon in the back, a little bit of emotion to sort through, to be that strong. I'm not saying it'll always be good. It's not that fine dance of service you give to others when you do that work for yourself. It's a darkening of the soul. See how it's a lot of dark themes? To see the light within you, to know your truth. And that's what you project to the world. And when you waltz down that street, you're waltzing with all this knowledge, and the right people approach you, and you allow those connections in or out, and give them certain leeway in and out. Like, you have to keep healthy boundaries with yourself, Virgo. And that's what I got for you. And I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I hope it brought you some clarital peace. And I'll see you next time. Lots of love for my Virgos, and I'll see you next time.